Those are my videos for the second channel. That's my box office update. It's still uploading. Godzilla King of the Monsters, as you all know, and if unless you don't follow the box office, I'm making a separate video because I have no video ideas going right now. Um, as you all know, Godzilla is not doing too well. I think Godzilla is still gonna gross. I thought it was gonna gross at least 400 million worldwide. Because monster movies, of course, appeal towards the Chinese box office, which probably did okay on its second weekend. But Godzilla dropped 70%. 67%. But are the critics really to blame for this drop? I think it's because of the blockbuster meltdown, because there was another blockbuster meltdown going on, kind of like 2017 and 2016, and certain films become in the wayside. That's how it is. Kind of like The Mummy came out, flopped. Nobody talks about it. It's already $5. Most of the actual Godzilla fans like the movie. The fans of the Godzilla franchise, as it's exactly what they wanted. And I think most of the general audience was still, of course, they still trust the critics. I don't know why. And that's the reason why Alita dropped 61%, because they see, oh, it's 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. Because the general audience, you gotta hear this, the general audience are the only ones who still listen to what critics hear and what critics think they say. Most people, and we're not at the point, like, Venom obviously is a fluke. Venom, people want to see it, people love Venom, people love the character, and again, Kaiju is also a more niche franchise as well. Like Venom, critics hate it, but people like, really critics? You gotta be freaking serious, you gave Venom that low score. Or Bohemian Rhapsody was also gained a similar gross. Or, oh no, it's still going on, the war against the critics. Because critics said Aladdin was bad. They said they gave Aladdin like a 55%, and the fans of the movie gave it a 90. And thing is, Kaiju is also a pretty niche genre. Let's look at the Rampage movie. Because Godzilla, that's a pretty comparable movie to Godzilla King of the Monsters. Rampage, it's a pretty good movie. You should go see it. But Rampage came out. It dropped like 60% or something. No, actually had a worse growth, so it dropped 40%. But then on its third weekend, because of Infinity War, dropped 64%. Which means it took 3 weeks to reach Godzilla's gross. So it's gonna gross more than Rampage, which Godzilla is, or it's gonna grow similar to Rampage, which Rampage will pass $400 million worldwide. Godzilla is an established character. Rampage is not established. Of course, if you played the game like me, you'll know who Rampage is. But Rampage is not established. That's the thing. Same thing with Pacific Rim. The second one was terrible. Don't watch the second one. But the good one, the first one, also grossed the same as Rampage. Both movies grossed $400 million. Don't want the critics talk about this movie. And this movie got a sequel, and it had a bigger budget than Godzilla. This movie got a sequel. Pacific Rim opened with 37 million and dropped, and of course, on its third week, only grossed what Godzilla grossed in 2 weeks. So Godzilla is already outselling its competition, Pacific Rim and Rampage. So it's going to outsell Pacific Rim and Rampage because it's. But the thing is, kaiju movies are kind of or creature feature movies, and kaiju movies don't really do too well in the box office. Like, creature feature includes like Sock movies, King Kong, but King Kong has always been established since the 30s. King Kong is more popular in America than it is elsewhere. But Godzilla grossed $200 million, which brought Godzilla into the mainstream. But the war against the critics is also in other movies. Like, let's just go to Rotten Tomatoes. You see, 85% of people said this movie was good. So sometimes movies have big drops, and then word of mouth kind of saves the movie. Secret Life of Pets. I gotta see if people actually like that movie. Yeah, people actually like the movie. So Secret Life of Pets will wig out. It's going to. People like Secret Life of Pets too. So the audience is going to spread the movie by word of mouth. Is going to gross $200 million domestically. If it doesn't, that means the movie's underperforming. It's truly underperforming. But the critics said, it's terrible. The critics want everything to be these woke fests. Like, they want everything to be like Rocket Man, where it's about like gay people and stuff. And it's about, I think they gave Rocket Man a 90%, but they gave Bohemian Rhapsody a 60%. Let's just go to Aladdin. Aladdin has a lower score than Alita Battle Angel. Has a 56% among critics. Yet 94% of people like the movie. Same thing with Alita. And Aladdin is already at like 600 million worldwide. Now, and I can show you Venom again, but Venom has like an 80%, Alita also has a 94%, the same score as Aladdin. And let's go to the infamous case of... Yes, because every time I go up over critics, I always have to bring up Venom. Venom, 29%. When will people wake up and realize that critics are stupid? Venom is the first movie. People realize that the critics are just nothing but a big bunch of liars, and 87% of audiences said Venom was good, because critics, they don't like anything. They don't like they hate action movies, they hate comedies. They want everything to be a romance, and want everything to be they want everything to involve a romance, and they want everything to be a drama. They don't like anything that's action, they don't like anything that's cool, they don't like anything that's funny. Those look like Kung Pao. Kung Pao is one of the funniest movies ever made. It's a parody. This movie. 69% of people liked it. But critics gave it a 13%, but they don't understand that this movie is a parody. It's a parody. That's why I hated it. It's making fun of Chinese people, Chinese movies, Chinese kung fu movies, and Japanese fighting movies, and poorly dubbed movies as well. The whole point of the movie is the movie is a giant joke. The whole movie is supposed to be a joke. It's not supposed to make any sense. They never go over how it's a parody. This guy does, but most of the critics don't like comedy. They don't ever sit down. People, and this guy's right, anyone who based a movie, with critics, they take movies so seriously that they never really have a fun time watching movies. That's why they gave, that's why, every movie that is not a romance, like the first Godzilla movie, fans were asking that it to be about Godzilla, and now it's about Godzilla, not about people, and now the critics 40%, which the general audience, unless by word of mouth, unless word of mouth spreads quick enough and stuff like that, the critics will trash the movie and people won't go see it. Because some people still trust the critics, I don't know why, but they still do. They still go trust the critics. When was the last time, like Dark Phoenix is a great example, that movie's terrible. It's gonna flop because people don't want to see it anyways. That's one of the few times the critics actually gave a movie bad reviews that deserves bad reviews. Or Detective Pikachu actually has 66%, so critics didn't hate Detective Pikachu, but the critics, come on critics, when will you guys warn that you have to enjoy movies, not analyze every single pixel of the movie, okay? Not everything has to be a drama. Things can be funny, things can be cool. Or the Oscars, for example, they never nominate superhero movies. They refuse to, but once it's like a Black Panther, because it's about all black guys, they instantly give it Best Picture. They get instantly nominated for Best Picture. Endgame will not be nominated for Best Picture. You know why? Because Endgame isn't like Black Panther. Disney was forcing the Oscars to put Black Panther on the ballot. Disney said they had to put it on the ballot or else bad things would happen if Black Panther was not put on the ballot. One of the most overrated movies ever made, Black Panther. And you know what's Marvel movie is much better than Black Panther? Let's go see Blade instead. It's basically about a black guy who's a vampire hunter. It's much better than Black Panther. That's for sure. But Black Panther is easily my fifth. In terms of Marvel movies, it's like fifth to bottom. Now it's sixth to bottom because Captain Marvel is worse. But Black Panther has like some really bad CGI moments. Like at the end of Black Panther, the battle between this guy and this guy, Killmonger and T'Challa, that's their names. It like feels like they're like wait, where it's like they're like in space, and the CGI kind of ruins the whole movie. Like the CGI is pretty bad at some points too. Like people are saying Aquaman CGI is bad, but then they'll praise Black Panther and say Black Panther has good CGI. But at the end of the movie, Black Panther has like this really bad CGI moments. Like I found surprising that critics gave this movie good reviews. Shazam. They gave this movie good reviews. I thought critics are just confusing. They gave this movie a 90%. But they hate comedies. Critics hate comedies. They always give them low reviews. That's why Secret Life of Pets has such bad reviews, because the Secret Life of Pets 1 and 2 they don't really have much stories, and it's really more about the jokes. I haven't seen number 2, but number 1 is basically it's basically pretty similar to Toy Story. Okay, 62% of people like Secret Life of Pets 1. Fast-paced, funny with a talented voice cast. But it's basically Toy Story, but with animals. That's all the Secret Life of Pets is. And also Toy Story 2 is Pixar's roller coaster. Not adjusted for inflation, but I think I know that's the good dinosaur. The good dinosaur exists. But I think Toy Story 4 2 is one of Pixar's lowest grossing movies. Or it's the first one. I think it's either the first one or the second one. No, it's the first one, I think. Because Toy Story 2 goes like $500 million. Yeah, it's the first one. But if it adjusted for inflation, Toy Story is one of the higher grossing ones. Because if it adjusted for inflation, Toy Story is not one of the lowest grossing selling movies. Because Toy Story was released in the 90s. So Toy Story automatically instantly shoots up to number 7. And the lowest grossing Pixar movies, adjusted for inflation, is The Good Dinosaur, Cows Free, and Coco. Because of course, this is of course adjusted for inflation. The actual gross, Coco is at 14. That for to last. But some of these movies were released such a long time ago, like Bugs Life and Toy Story. So you can't really say the movies did poorly, as the movies are old. Toy Story is an old movie. Toy Story was actually a monumental achievement for animation in total. Incredibles 2, Finding Nemo, it's the second highest grossing Pixar movie. Toy Story 3, Toy Story 2, Toy Story. I think Toy Story 4 is going to be affected by the same thing Secret Life of Pets 2. There is just something against animated movies this year, okay? Animated movies have been suffering in 2019, and that's just a fact. Angry Birds Movie 2 will underperform, Playmobil will flop, Abominable will flop, Frozen 2 will underperform, and Spies in Disguise will underperform. Because it's just for some reason animated movies, besides How to Train Your Dragon, I bet Toy Story, I think Toy Story 4 and Frozen 2 are going to be fine, but it's going to be like How to Train Your Dragon. These two and How to Train Your Dragon will be the only outliers of what's really happening to animated movies this year. Maybe families are seeing through this and not watching animated movies anymore because Secret Life of Pets 2 is still behind Team and it's going to outgrow these movies eventually, but look at Wonder Park. The movie only grossed $45 million. Or Ugly Dolls. Well, it's all the way down here. It's it's all the way down here. Ugly Dolls. And this is not on here. Was Ugly Dolls. That is the strange about Ugly Dolls is here. Wonder Park is here, but that movie was terrible too, so animated movies are just not doing well this year. And also Missing Link also flopped too, so and that's basically it. Maybe it's just an animation. Let's go animation. Well, this video has already been pretty long already, so I must give Ugly Dolls in the standard animated movies. But animated movies are not doing well this year. They're not. Yeah, Ugly Dolls is here now. It only grows 19 million, and Missing Link is much further lower. Won't be surprised if that movie's out of theaters too, Missing Link. Dragon Ball Super Broly. Missing Link goes 16 million. And Missing Link has like $100 million budget too, so there's just something about animated movies that are not doing well. It's just animation as a whole genre is not doing well, so that's basically it about Godzilla animated movies. Make sure you like and subscribe. This video will be uploaded tomorrow. Not tomorrow, today. But this video will be uploaded tomorrow. Will be uploaded on the 10th. Make sure you like and subscribe, and goodbye.